Good morning from Malta. Today we are with our cyberunity team in St. George's Bay in the Corinta Hotel. And we are in the series of our interviews in Malta with the cybersecurity scene. And I'm very happy, and it's a big pleasure for me to have today Keith Fitzpatrick, the CEO from Cybergate. Fitzpatrick? Yeah. Fitzpatrick. Keith Fitzpatrick. Now I'm on. Yeah. And very welcome, Keith. As I said before, Keith is the CEO of Cybergate. It's a consulting company focused on cybersecurity service here in Malta, and they did different services like pen testing, like virtual CISO, like cloud training, cloud security assessment, and things like that. But talking too much about that, I have Keith next to me, and he's also an engineer, a security engineer. And Keith, perhaps you can give us a little bit introduction about you, your company.
Thank you, Peter. Yes. Cybergate operates a number of services in the cybersecurity arena. Practically most services, except recoveries. We do not specialize in the recoveries because that's quite a particular topic in itself. Otherwise, as you mentioned, Peter, we do penetration testing.
Yeah.
We do training. We also developed a training platform so that people can scale the training of their staff in a very short period. So there isn't the logistical issue of gathering all the staff and stopping the operation of the company for half a day, for example. The platform allows the team to be trained in different times of the day and different times of the week, or over a number of months, or maybe during onboarding. So someone who's going to be recruited, even in the gaming industry, for example, they would go through the training phase.
Yeah.
So the platform we have developed helps with that.
Okay.
We also do in-person training
for
companies who prefer to have us inside the room and do the training there for their teams. Something which is very important is the virtual CISO. The issue there is that most SMEs do not need the CISO all year round, and also the expense for the company is usually on the high side.
Yeah.
So we have a rental service where we would do that for the company.
Okay, cool. So thank you very much. So we know a little about you and Cybergate. When we have a look on the cybersecurity landscape here in Malta, and we have e-gaming scene. I don't know if everybody out there knows that Malta is very famous for a very big e-gaming scene. So how do you see the relation between cybersecurity, e-gaming, and would you also say that the e-gaming industry pushes kind of the cybersecurity topics here in Malta?
So in the industry of e-gaming, it works a little bit different. The companies, the e-gaming companies, would have their in-house teams usually. They do not normally subcontract their services to third-party companies.
Okay.
Due to the delicate nature of the business itself. It doesn't mean it's always like that, but the general rule is that.
Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to the topic awareness, what would you say? In Switzerland, it's a very big topic. How are aware the companies, how are mature is the top management knowing about the cybersecurity risks? What would you say? How is it in Malta? Would you say, or how would you rate it, the maturity of the executives, of the entrepreneurs? Have they already understood what's going on? Are they aware?
It's a very important question. If we had to give a figure from 1 to 10, we would say 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah, so it's not very high, unfortunately. The reason being is also that a couple of years ago, it was not as dangerous as it is today. So the CEO or the business owner who has been operating for 10 years never saw this kind of cyber criminality escalate. So for them, they're still thinking as they used to think 3-4 years ago. But you cannot absolutely do that because the scenario has changed. It had already started changing before COVID. During COVID, it exploded further because what happened was that the teams of the companies, the employees were scattered and sent home to work remotely, and no one was prepared for this. The hackers from their end knew that this was a golden opportunity, because with the team being outside of the office, away from the IT manager, away from any security officer present in the building, if at all, because many companies do not have on-premise cybersecurity teams, it was easier to infiltrate the company. So this is why it became a very big problem. It is still a problem. People, what is happening around the world? So as cybersecurity professionals, we learn daily who's being hacked, which corporations, which countries. Costa Rica now, for us, that's bad news because that's a nation attack. So 2 months ago, Costa Rica was hacked as a nation, and it's still ongoing. But it's not on the mainstream media yet. So journalists have not woken up to reporting such incidents. So this is not helping with creating more awareness. So the CEOs and the business owners and all C-suite people are relatively in the dark. What's happening, as we chatted a little bit before, Peter, it's that the effect is going to be like a tsunami. So there's like a mellow, something's happening, but the after effect is going to be very dangerous after, once we get the big wave. And unfortunately, there isn't enough awareness. In using our awareness, our cyber security awareness training for corporate is helping a lot. So people are awakening to the real threat scenarios they are facing, at least. But still, there isn't a natural request yet. So that is something that the business is developing. We have to share with companies that if they're interested, there's going to be awareness training for all their staff. If they're interested, there's the platform. So for big companies, even in Malta, we had a company which has 160 employees. They only sent 10 for their training in the room. So now what they'll do is they'll use the platform because it's a logistical company and they cannot afford to stop. They work 24 hours a day, literally, with shifts because they have such a big operation and they also supply other countries in the world. So they cannot afford to stop people for training. So they will now go into the use of the platform, of the awareness, the training platform. As a general answer, Peter, it's challenging, and the people are becoming more aware, definitely. Because what's happening is it's escalating too fast now, and people are realizing that their business too can be affected. And there's another phenomenon. When something happens in the country, then the country gets attacked more often. So what happened in Malta, there was a national bank which was attacked, and then a government ministry was attacked. So we attracted the wrong attention from the dark web. And Malta is now facing new challenges. Before we were just another country, some attacks would happen, but this has highlighted possibly a weakness, a perception of weakness inside the island in general.
Keith, I pretty much like your picture with the tsunami, because the tsunami is nobody expected it. You know that there is something around which could happen, but someday it happens, it is here, and nobody is prepared. And it comes in such a big and strong wave, you cannot react speedy enough to do or to cope the risk.
Just like Costa Rica, Peter. So what happened? It's reported that Costa Rica is losing an average of $38 million a day. The ransom being asked was initially 10 million, and then The ransomware group upped that to 20 million. The government still preferred not to engage with the hackers, and it's a big mess. A second group, which was potentially linked to the first one, has also now conducted a second attack, worsening even further the situation of the nation, and the nation was not prepared. Actually, no nation is prepared, not even America. And America is such a big superpower, and yet with the SolarWinds attack, your viewers might want to look into this. This was a positive cyber attack which happened on the United States of America, on the government, and on 18,000 subsidiary companies servicing the government. And what happened there was not America was attacked. They used what is called a supply chain attack. So they used the supplier, which was SolarWinds, to then affect all the companies it was servicing, including the government.
Yeah, you have a very broad view on the market, and this is kind of interesting when we have a look at what happens in the last 5 years. How did the behavior from your clients change compared to today? What have you recognized when we have a view on your services and the behavior of the clients, that they come nowadays proactively and ask for your support, or is it still the consultancy push that you need to offer your services and say, go, we can do this, we can do that? How have you
That's a very good question, Peter. I would say it's a mix of both. So definitely people who are running businesses still feel that the problem is someone else's, and they do not say maybe it will be me or my company sometime soon. They do not say that. So there is a mix. Having said that, they are becoming more aware, and they are asking for the services. And we are finding that those who are asking for the services have actually had some kind of cyber attack in the recent 2 or 3 years. So they had, and then they got out of it, or they paid a ransom. And today they're reaching out more. There is definitely more awareness. But from our end, with the volume of attacks we see, we know that there isn't enough awareness from the people who are in control to protect their business, unfortunately. That could definitely be taken up a few notches, and as soon as possible.
Okay. So another big thing is always how to recruit talent, to grow the business, to tackle all the issues which are currently and in the future on the market. And we talk about this issue a lot with our clients, and we often hear the phrase, the big war of talents. But we say, okay, this is the problem and the solution for us, and it's also some of our slogan is know your talent. So to nurture a sustainable relationship management with your future employees. How do you see this on the Maltese market? What does it mean for you? And have you got kind of cybersecurity talent agencies like CyberUnity is?
So for sure, there aren't companies in the recruitment field which are focused on cybersecurity. So no, we don't work only in Malta. We operate all over the world because our service is borderless, and we have not come across too many companies focusing on the specific recruitment of cybersecurity specialists. The reality is, it's reported that there is a shortage of about 4 million cybersecurity specialists in the world at the moment. So it would be the right opportunity for students to look at growing in the cybersecurity field. There are great opportunities for them. There are schools, there are universities which are focusing now on cybersecurity. Even in Malta, so the government a couple of years ago has opened up a course which is IT backed but focusing on cybersecurity. And like the Maltese government, there are other countries which are warming up to this, and they're becoming aware. Definitely a shout out to those people who are in the IT industry and have an interest for cybersecurity. There are huge opportunities, so they should really study. They should really check out what they could be doing in a couple of years' time in the industry. It's not going to slow down. So if they jump onto the cyber education treadmill, it's going to take them places, because it's only growing, and it's growing fast. And it has escalated in the last 2 years, as I said. So COVID was a big catalyst for hacking, unfortunately. So with that, we invite more talent to make themselves available and to even specialize.
Yeah. Okay. Shortly, we had a discussion with our education partner, the Swiss Cyber Institute. By the way, greetings to Samir and Ivan. And we talked about filling the gap and the topic Riskkilling. So taking existing stuff and reskill them in the area of cybersecurity. What do you think about this idea?
That is very good and very doable. Because with the right background, it will not be so challenging for those students to become reskilled. There is more knowledge, there is more awareness, there are more tools today that ethical hackers like us use, so they can learn those tools and how to use them. Unfortunately, those tools are also being used by the criminal hackers, but it's a war. We are outnumbered. I think we'll always be outnumbered. I don't think we will ever match the volume of cyber criminals out there.
Okay. Thank you very much. This was our brain breakfast from Malta, from St. George's Bay. Keith Fitzpatrick from Cybergate. Thank you very much that you found your time. It was very spontaneously as all the other interviews, and we were very impressed how open you are, how spontaneous you want to meet us, and thank you very much. And we brought something for you and also for Martina from Switzerland. It's something special from Luzern area where Josh and Roman are from. Enjoy it. Send please many greetings to Martina. She arranged this she was my first contact. She arranged the whole meeting. So I'm very happy that you found time this morning for our breakfast.
Thanks to you, Peter, and to your team. I wish you best of luck. You're definitely on the right track with specializing in recruitment for the cybersecurity arena. So stick to what you're doing, and it will create more solutions for the industry.
Thank you very much. We love to hear this, and see you next time back in Switzerland.